Welcome back, students. So we have done with our scattered settlements. Hope you all have understood. You remember the characteristics of scattered settlements. Okay, the houses are very far from each other. Population is less. Why population is less? Because the conditions are not favorable for everyone to stay over there. Yes or no? And these type of settlements are generally found in high relief areas, dense forest, extensive agricultural lands, grasslands, or hot deserts, right? And these areas are generally pollution free, and people have to depend on the nearby villages for their day to day requirements. Okay, and also the facilities and services in these settlements are not adequate, are not proper. Fine, they are very less. Let us see now next type of settlement, that is nucleated settlements. These settlements are generally close to water sources like brooks, rivulets, rivers, lakes, reservoirs, etc. So remember, whenever you find the settlements nearby the water resources, these are called as nucleated settlements. In the deserts of Rajasthan, we find nucleated settlements near assured sources of water. So, even in the desert areas, if you go, you will find such nucleated settlements, and deserts of Rajasthan, especially, you will find these nucleated settlements. They are settled nearby the sources of water. Assured sources of water means what? If you know desert areas, already shortage of water is there. There is very less water or hardly water, and that's why they are called as desert areas. So, in desert areas, people are in, and water is the basic necessity of life. So for in search of water, wherever these people find that there is some source of water, some small river or some small brook or some lake or any water reservoir, any water sources is there, then people, they settle around such water body, around such water source, and thus come into existence of what? Nucleated settlements. Okay, fertile plains, transport hubs, and mining centers, commercial centers often lead to the development of this type of settlement. So which type of people will be settling over this? The people who are having your fertile plains, transport hubs, and mining centers. Wherever there are mining centers, okay, and commercial centers used for the business purpose, commercial centers, these are the types where which often lead to the development of this type of nucleated settlement. Besides these reasons, defense, health, education, and other social and religious factors can also give rise to nucleated settlement. So remember, not only the availability of water sources gives rise to these settlements, but also due to the need of these occupations which I have read, fertile plains, transport hubs, or mining centers and commercial, due to this also people are settling and giving rise to nuclear settlement. And also due to reasons like defense, health, education, all these facilities are good available there. This type of development also gives rise to nucleated settlements. Okay, these factors give rise to nucleated settlements. Turn your page and see 10.6 figure. You can see how the houses are located nearby. Okay, so let us see the characteristics of nucleated settlements. In these settlements, houses are close together. Social services are available in these settlements. Yes, all the services and facilities are available in this. As these settlements develop in certain places over certain periods of time, they attain particular shapes. So these settlements are developing. Why? As and when the certain after the passage of time, certain developments are happening. Okay, due to this development, due to the passage of time over certain period of time, these settlements go on developing, and they take a particular shape. Roads are narrow in the old parts of these settlements. Now there is crowding of houses. So will there be broad roads available? No. Where there is less crowding of houses, less population, few houses are there, there the roads will be broad. But here there are many houses, and that also they are very nearby. That's why the roads are narrow. Okay. So the roads are narrow in the old parts of the settlements. Then people from different castes, religion, races and ideologies live together in these settlements, and hence they have a better social life. So you can find that maximum population is settling in these type of nucleated settlements, irrespective of their caste, religion or any races, ideologies, nothing matters. People are staying all together in this nuclear, in the form of these nuclear settlements, in and lead a very happy social life. Okay, let us see now the linear settlements, the third type. Linear settlements are seen along roads, railways, rivers, sea coast and in foothill regions, etc. So see, you can see the figure 10.7. These type of settlements are can be seen in a line. Linear means what? In a line. And you can see along the road it is there. So these type can be there along the railways also. It can be either along the river, sea coast, or even it can be in the foothill regions also. But it is in one form, in a line. Okay. These type of settlements are narrow in shape and they spread along a these type of settlements are narrow in shape and they spread along a straight line. So you can see the settlements elongated, they are narrow in shape and they are spreading in a straight line. Okay, let us see the characteristics of linear settlements. Houses in these settlements are along a single line. Okay, I have told you they are in a single line. As the settlement grows in the course of time, multiple line emerges. Now what happens if one line is filled up? So what? Then there the second line will be formed. Okay, so as and when the settlements are growing up or developing in the course of time, with the passage of time, then the multiple lines emerges. Means one line is full or one line is built, all the houses are built, then the houses will be built in the second row. Okay, roads are parallel to each other. How are the roads patterned there? Parallel to each other. Besides houses, some shops can be seen too. So there are some facilities available, shops are also available there. These settlements grow along with the roads. So what is the speciality of the linear settlements? That they are growing along the roads. For example, such settlements are found along the coastal tracts, major rivers and national or state highways in our country. So you can remember the areas where such type of settlements are found. They are mostly found around the coastal tracts. Wherever is the coastal area, around that, whatever is the shore, that tract, around that in a line formation, the settlements are there. Along the major rivers and also somewhere on the national state highways, these type of settlements are found in our country. Okay, so remember all these type, always remember that the factors influencing the location of human settlements are physical, cultural and economic. So what are the physical factors? It is physiography, land or soils, climate, water supply and river banks. These are the physical factors which affect the human settlements. Okay, the location of human settlement. What are the cultural, defense, health, education, tourism, historical significance? And what are the economic factors? Irrigation, occupations, transport and communication, industries, trade, government offices. All these physical, cultural, economic, what is the availability of the factors in that area, in that location. On that basis, the human settlements are done. Okay, so this is what, with this we have finished the lesson of our human settlements. Hope you might have understood. Any query you can ask me through WhatsApp. Bye, have a nice day, take